Welcome back to Plant and Plate with Mr. Chris. If you're craving comfort food but don't want to spend all day in the kitchen, well, I got something for you. Today we're making an easy chicken and dumplings recipe. We're going to use a simple canned biscuit hack for our dumplings, but this thing still comes out creamy, flavorful, and rich. And it's one of those things if you make, hey, they're going to clean it up at dinner time. Mine love this recipe, so let's make it happen. To start off, you're going to want a large pot. Now this is an 8-quart pot. I recommend you have a large pot like that because this thing's going to have some room for all those dumplings and everything else. I've got 6 cups of just chicken stock. We're going to pour that in. And you want to make sure you have enough broth, stock, whatever, to completely cover your chicken. And then we're going to turn this on. We're going to bring the chicken up to a boil. I'll put all the ingredients in the description for you. I'm going to get my chicken started boiling. We'll be back in just a second. So for my chicken, I'm using chicken thighs today because I already had them on hand. You can use chicken breasts. You can use any chicken you want because we're going to shred it up in the end. If you do use chicken breasts, it takes about 4 chicken breast halves for this recipe. If you're using thighs, I put 8 thighs in my pot. While your chicken's cooking, you can go in and prep your biscuits for your dumplings. Now, when you go buy your biscuits, don't go buy one of them big Grands Pillsbury biscuit things. You don't want that. You want a little can of biscuits. Now, if you do buy Pillsbury, they call them country biscuits. Usually they sell them in a 4-pack. And you're going to need 4 cans of it. Or most store brands have the little bitty biscuits. You're looking for something like this. You don't want the Grands because they'll fall apart. The little flaky things will come off while you're cooking them. You'll have a mess. To prep your biscuits, really easy. Get you a little cutting board, get you a pizza cutter, and we're going to cut these things in 4s. And just cut them into 4s, put them in your bowl, and we'll get to them towards the end. We got our chicken in there, made sure all the chicken was covered, got it started boiling. Now this thing needs to sit here and boil for about 20 to 25 minutes. You don't have to thaw your chicken beforehand. I did, but if you have frozen chicken, you can do the same thing, put it in the pot, get it started boiling. You'll just have to add a little more time to it. So we're going to let these sit here and boil. We'll check them with the meat thermometer here in about 20-25 minutes. Had my chicken boiling. Now I'm going to check mine with the meat thermometer. It's important, especially if you're starting with frozen chicken, that you check it. And depending on and the sound of the beepy say, hey, your crap is done. Okay, you can just use 2 forks and shred your chicken. That crap hurts my hands though. So if you've watched my other videos, you've probably saw me use this little bad boy right here. You can pick it up for not much off Amazon. You just put it on there, take the top, push it down, twist it up. Now, we're not trying to completely pulverize the chicken. We're making chicken and dumplings. So think not quite as shredded as maybe you would do for a chicken salad, but shredded more than like chunks of chicken in a normal green salad. I want to shred up my chicken. When we get it shredded, we're going to just put it right back in the pot. Got our chicken shredded back in the pot. Now we're going to build out our broth. So the first thing we're going to do, I've got 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. We're going to put that in there. Next thing we're going to put in, I got a 1/2 cup. Now I'm using evaporated milk. You don't have to use evaporated milk. If you use evaporated milk, it kind of gives a little more richness, creamier broth to it. But you can use a 1/2 cup of whole milk. If you're going for, hey, I want to be healthy and all that good kind of stuff, you can put skim milk in it. It just won't quite be as rich. I've got a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. I'm going to put that in. A 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. We're going to put that in. I've got a teaspoon of kosher salt. Remember, kosher salt's about half as salty as your iodized salt. And I got a half teaspoon of black pepper. Now we're going to adjust the salt and pepper at the end. We're going to give this a good stirring, kind of get it combined with that cream of chicken soup in there, and then we're going to bring this thing back up to a boil. We got everything back to a good rolling boil. Now we're going to start adding our dumplings in. You don't want to take the whole bowl and just dump them all at a time. They'll stick together. So we're going to start dropping them in and just gently stirring them as they go in to prevent that sticking. We're going to do this until we get all of our dumplings that we cut up in here. Now, I know that some of y'all are sitting here going, Mr. Chris, this junk ain't going to work. Your dumplings are going to be gummy and nasty. This is the secret. You have to keep this a rolling boil while you add your dumplings. Otherwise, yes, they will turn out gummy and you won't be happy. It's also why we add them a little bit at a time, because they're cold. So I'm going to keep doing that till I get all my dumplings put in here. Alright, I've got all my dumplings in here. Now, we're going to turn this thing down to a simmer, and we're going to cook it on a simmer for about 20-25 minutes until the dumplings are done. You don't want to constantly stir the pot. You'll break your dumplings apart. Just occasionally come give them a little stir, make sure everything's kind of moving, staying down in there, and we're going to let that cook. Now, if you wanted to put vegetables in here, now's the time to do it. I don't put peas, carrots, that kind of stuff in my chicken and dumplings. Where I'm from, that don't go in chicken and dumplings. That's chicken soup. I don't put it in there, but if you wanted it, now's time to throw that in and let it simmer with the dumplings and everything else. I prefer to let my dumplings and my chicken and the broth be the star of the show. But you do you, Captain. Alright, y'all. We got our chicken and dumplings done. Now this is the time that you mess with the pepper and the salt and kind of season it right at the end. Now me personally, I always add a little fresh ground black pepper to mine. I kind of like the bite of the pepper to it. Also, if your dumplings aren't as thick as you want, put it back on the stove, take the lid off, let it simmer a little longer, they'll thicken up. If they're too thick, well, add a little broth or a little milk to it, mix it in, and thin it down with that. So we're going to plate this thing up. I'll show you what it looks like, and we'll do a taste test of this. Alright, we're going to taste this. Man. Oh, y'all, this is comfort food in a bowl right here. This stuff is awesome. Dumplings are just right. No, they're not gummy. You get some of that garlic, the chicken, a good creamy broth. If you're looking for something on a really cold winter or quick something that's hearty for your family, make this. They'll come hug your neck for it. Hey, y'all, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you liked it. If you decide to make this, leave me a comment. Let me know how it turned out for you. And if you're interested in more of those easy comfort weeknight type meals, hit the subscribe button. We put a video out about every week. Thanks for watching. God bless. We'll see you down the road.